Oh, I almost fell out of the chair. I got emails, and I'm very excited. And for the one that sent it to my Facebook inbox, you did not follow directions, but it's okay because I love you because you actually emailed me. I'm very... Whoa. What up? Thank you so much for tuning in to Whaddup Wednesdays. I just made that up off the top of my head. I am not lying. Why is it that a girl or ex-girlfriend can tell you they love you and how great of a guy you are, or how lucky a girl would be with you, but they don't want to be with you? Well, they're basically saying that you're a great guy for somebody else. They don't want to be with you, but you're a great guy for somebody else. And they're saying that not just to be nice, but they also don't want to hurt your feelings. They don't want to make you feel like, you know, that you're not good enough. But they're thinking, hey, you know, you're a great person for somebody else. We just don't have that connection. And if she's an ex-girlfriend, then she's saying we don't have the connection anymore. So let her go and move on. So what are your thoughts about me? LOL. Come on, y'all. It took me a while to think, but that's the best I came up with. Unless you want to answer, how was your day? Smiley face. We've been through a lot. I still see you as one of my, you know, not close friends, but I still think that we pretty cool. I mean, I wish you the best in everything you do. So, next. I guess I can go for the obvious. Guys, or should I say boys. Ooh. Because none of them have seemed to grow up yet. Why is it that I only come across the ones that aren't good with commitment, or I just don't want to be tied down type guys? And then I get ditched for the girl who throws her stuff up in the air like it's sunshine. Come on now. I feel like I'm almost 20 years old, and it's about that time to focus on my future. And if a guy comes around, I don't want to waste my time unless I see him fitting in that future somewhere. Okay? Maybe I shouldn't have that mindset, but I'm not sure. I try to stay positive, keep my head up, and believe that God will bring me my prince. But in the meantime, I like companionship, but I don't play games. And that's what guys these days seem to be all about. Okay. First, I want to say, sometimes you can't look at the guys you're attracting, but look at you as a person. Poop attracts flies. Flowers attract bees. So what are you portraying yourself as? You might be at school acting one way, but at home acting another way. So what are you putting off for these guys to be attracted to you? First off, if a guy comes up to you and he's telling you, you know, I'm not really looking for a relationship and I'm not really, you know, trying to be, then don't go any further with him. I mean, leave him alone. Be big enough to say, okay, well, you know what, this is what I want and our desires don't seem to match, so I'm going to holler at you later. So once you get that out the way, it's so easy to walk away. Focus on you first before you try to focus on somebody else. Focus on you first before you try to be in any type of relationship, because if you're not focused on yourself and your priorities aren't straight, once you get in a relationship, all your focuses are going to crumble and you're going to forget exactly who you are. You're going to forget what your dreams and your goals were. Believe me. And it's okay to wait on God. I mean, I understand you want companionship, but sometimes not all companionship is healthy. Not having companionship is not always what you need at that time. If you do seek companionship, let it just be your homegirls and friends and homeboys you know won't try you. You get what I'm saying? And then if you do find someone that you actually like, take it slow and make sure that y'all's desires are the same. Y'all are, you know, both trying to go on the path. I mean, don't be hooking up with no drug dealers or no bank robbers, because y'all desires ain't the same. Y'all focus ain't the same. Y'all purposes ain't the same. And y'all future sure ain't the same, because you going one way, he going to jail. So, I mean, I think that the next time you're approached by a guy, or the next time you see someone that you think you might be interested in, take the time to observe how he is around other people. Observe how he is, you know, in general. And see if you can say, you know, can I deal with that? And of course they're going to go to the girl that throws their stuff up in the air like sunshine, because it's easy. No one likes to work for anything anymore. No one wants to strive for the better. They're going to take the first thing that's willing to be, you know what I mean? They're going to take what they can. And if a girl's willing to do it and they're willing to do it, then they're both going to be willing to do it together. And of course, if you're going to sit here and say, no, I'm not fit to do that, I'm waiting, you know, I'm strong or whatever, they're going to be like, oh, I ain't got time to work for it. And the guys that you see aren't willing to wait and aren't willing to work to be with you, and I don't mean just physically, then they're not willing, they're not worth being around at all. So be able to differentiate the right from the wrong, the good and the bad, the dogs from the men. Is it okay for a man or woman who is married to say to another man or woman who is single, if I weren't married, I probably would have tried to talk to you? Ugh, no, that ain't right. Because I feel like, okay, if you married, you shouldn't be thinking like that. No way. And if you married, you shouldn't be talking to no single person in that manner. No way. And when you married, to me, I feel like once you married, that means you done told God, you done told the people in the audience and your spouse that you are the person I want to be with for the rest of my life, and there's nobody else that can compare to you, and there's nobody else that I want but you, and whoop. And so if you're married, you shouldn't be having single thoughts like, oh, well, if I was single, then I would have tried to talk to you. No. And maybe you feel like the conversation y'all are having, that person deserves that compliment, but I feel like you shouldn't be having that conversation in the first place. And I mean, I'm not married, so who am I to say anything? But at the same time, being single, I've been hit on by married men, and I'm just like, gross. And I think it's so like disgusting, and it makes you look so just raggedy, because I'm like, if you can disrespect your wife that you made vows with in front of God and Jesus and the angels and all them, then it makes me think, you know what I mean? Like, and you can disrespect her, then what would you do to me? Y'all, if you are single and somebody approaches you and they're in a marriage and they talking about how their marriage is booty and how much this and that and this and that, run. If they in a marriage acting crazy, they're going to be acting crazy with you too. Don't think that you're going to make it better. Don't think that if they leave that person to be with you, it's going to get better, because it's not. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be a nightmare. Just leave it alone. Single men should talk to single women and vice versa. If they married, run. Call the police and arrest them for aggravated adultery.